Hello and welcome to Hibs Talk. I'm your host as always, Gavin. Joining me today is Dave.
Alright.
And Stephen.
Hello.
So we're going to fire off with the news today, as we always do. Starting off with Neil Lennon has been made the ambassador for upcoming charity golf day in May with the SPFL Trust. It's to raise money for mental health first aid training. Neil Lennon's been quite open about his own depression in the past. It's on Wednesday the 23rd of May and it's only £199. Quite a few benefits involved, such as meeting Neil and a couple other football stars. You get personalised locker, afternoon barbecue, prizes and discounts at the bar and things like that, along with some other things. Plenty more details on the club's website. So if you're a keen golfer and want to help raise money for a great cause, get along to that. So Martin Boyle has been speaking this week, especially after the Aberdeen game, and saying that he feels Hibs have got the best midfield trio in Scotland. Dave, what's your thoughts on this?
In the whole of Scotland?
Aye.
Including Celtic?
Aye.
I'd probably... Well, outside Celtic I would agree with him.
Right.
I think... Why are you looking at me like that, Stephen?
Because I think that we've got a better midfield than Celtic now.
Do you think?
So you got, like, Callum McGregor doesn't start. James Forrest has...
I know, but what you've got to think is that obviously they're only talking about the trio in the middle.
The three in the middle, so Forrest.
But you've got Ncham,
Boyle,
Ncham, Brown. Well, Beaton doesn't even play there in the middle.
Exactly.
He plays at centre half.
I've got here like
it's quite a bold statement.
They've got a few options, Celtic, because they've got, like you say, Ncham. They've also got Brown, Armstrong, McGregor sometimes plays Rogic.
We've also got Bartley.
We do also have Bartley.
We have a strong midfield, and it's good that we can even have a debate about this. You know what I mean? But I do think
I have to say Aberdeen can't go without being without not being mentioned as well. Shinnie, McLean, and Christie is a strong midfield three as well.
And they literally ran over the top of us when we played them in December. So.
Aye, and Shinnie was a big miss for them.
Yeah,
but we never had Scott Allen then.
That is true. We never had Scott Allen then.
Our trio is exciting, and that's what I was saying to Gav earlier. Like,
I think we've probably
only got
11
games
attacking trio in midfield now. We've got the most forward-thinking midfield,
maybe,
especially with Scott Allen, because he's the one that links it up. Like, I mean, you've got McGeoch and McGinn who are finding the passes, and then you've got Allen who's been the missing link for Hibs between attack and midfield now. So I would agree with Boyle. And Boyle was the one that was saying that now that the three of them are playing in the midfield, that him and Barker or Swanson or whoever's playing on the left are got to get a lot more service.
No, they will. It gives us a lot more options because we can go wide, go through the middle. It's just something that we've not had the luxury of doing. But like I said to you earlier, Gav, 11 games we've got with them until the end of the season, and you'd have to be awfully optimistic to think that we're going to start next season with that three, because it would be unbelievable if the summer window shut and we still had McGeoch, McGinn and Allen. But I know you're going to talk about that in a bit. Yeah,
and we're going to speak about McGeoch now, because Neil Lennon's came out and said that he may not make it into the Scotland squad until next season, and Hibs may have to make him an offer that he can't refuse in order to get him to stay at the club.
Top priority.
Is this something Hibs should be doing, making McGeoch an offer?
100% top priority. I'd rather have him next season than McGinn.
I think big statement that
I've said this for 2 seasons now, that McGeoch's probably our best midfielder.
Right.
Outstanding when he's injury free, and I think that he is our priority now. The likelihood is that McGinn will go anyway. There was interest for West Ham again. Moyes had a scout at the Aberdeen Hibs game, so the likelihood is that McGinn will be going down south anyway. Priority should be keeping McGeoch now.
Okay, so hopefully we can. Dave, you obviously quite keen to keep him as well. A bit of an obvious question, but
no, he's probably our best player. Like the season that he's having, the fact that he's not been ravaged with injuries has definitely helped him. It's probably his longest stint of games, and he has just been pure class. Obviously got man of the match at the weekend, but there were quite a few people that could have got man of the match at the weekend. But he just makes everything tick, and he makes McGinn a better player.
Okay, so you spoke about the weekend there. We will crack on now talking about the Aberdeen game. Started early on, good chance from McLaren, which unfortunately didn't take, and then Kenny McLean having an effort from distance. Did Marciano make a bit of a meal of that, or did he need to make that?
Oh, it was definitely a camera save. He could have picked out the air with both hands and kept hold of it. But it's nice to see that he's able to like pull off a save like that every game. He's obviously experienced enough to try it. But yeah, I mean the amount of opportunities that McLaren had, like it's just showing how off the pace he is now. Obviously, he's not really played many games this season, but I think it's maybe another 3 or 4 games short of like full match fitness and sharpness.
Aye. You mentioned that he had a couple other chances, 2 back-to-back chances just at the start of the second half, and the second chance then fell to the head of Boyle, and Boyle headed in his first goal in 14 games. Dave, your thoughts on the goal?
It was quite good play. Obviously McLaren missed a couple of chances. We did get a wee bit fortunate that it just fell right to Boyle, but it opened up the whole second half, and it obviously made the whole thing quite enjoyable. Like, we actually couldn't believe what was happening at one point. I just did not expect us to dominate like that. So
I'm sure somebody in our stand was calling for 7 goals after the second one went in too.
So after that, were Aberdeen lucky to finish the game with 11 men?
yes,
Yes.
McLean should have went. The way he came in on McGeoch, like he was already on a booking. Came off the ground right into him. It's just, I can't believe that he never got a second booking for that.
Aye.
The ref bottled it, absolutely bottled it. But I'm quite, like you said, quite glad that they never, because then we beat 11 men. There's no excuses. No matter anyway, he wasn't exactly having a good game. And McGeoch just got up. He did have a wee moan, but and just got on with it.
And then we've played a lot of short corners this season. Been a big bugbear for a lot of people this season. But I have to say, short corner looked a bit more dangerous when you're playing it to Scott Allen, who can play dangerous through balls. And I know, although it never came to anything, it got knocked out wide. Came to Stevenson, floated back in, bobbed around for a bit, some decent play. Probably given too much space, and then Hanlon hits it, and it falls nicely for Canberry, who gets Hibs second. His second goal in a Hibs jersey. Stephen, your thoughts on the goal?
It's a bit of a scrappy goal at the end, but I mean it's another goal. Like I mean, you against Aberdeen, you take what you get, especially considering our record against them in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the second goal changed the whole game for me. Like it just put us on the front foot. Aberdeen never looked like they were coming back into it after that, and obviously it's good for Canberry. Obviously, when we first signed him, even the 3 of us were giving him a wee bit of jip for his scoring record. I think he's pretty much scored as many goals in a Hibs shirt now as he's scored in a Grasshoppers shirt since he joined them. So no, as long as the goals are coming, you're not really got to complain.
Dave?
Well, it was a good finish. It was a wee bit fortunate how it got to him, but at the end of the day, just swivel, hit, and you can't really ask for much more. You need that wee bit of luck, and he's probably getting that wee bit of luck that McLaren's not getting, because McLaren's in the good positions. It probably has a wee bit to do with fitness, but it's just he just needs a goal, like confidence, and because he had another chance later on as well, he just hit right at the keeper. So there was like 3 or 4 shots that he could have probably done a bit better with, but like Canberry's obviously getting that goal against Motherwell. It just seems to be going right for him now. But it was a good finish.
I think with McLaren though, it's like his ability to like try and turn a player. Like he waits for the ball to come to his feet and tries turning the player, but Aberdeen were far too aware of it. Like I felt like he just kept turning into players left, right and centre. Like the first 10-15 minutes of the game, the ball was played to his feet maybe about 5 or 6 times, and he never got past the defender once. So, like you say, if just a wee bit more confidence, and he'll be able to get into the box. And
saying that, he did have, what was it, like 5 chances 1-on-1 with the keeper.
Oh, 100%.
He was doing something right.
I just think it's just finishing this. I mean, I think Canberry's getting that wee bit of the rub of the green, like
Bit of swagger in the change room
Aye.
and little things.
Well, I'm getting that goal. I know McLaren scored a penalty, but even the way that went in was questionable. But we'll wait and see. Hopefully it gets one soon.
Bit
like
of
for open
confidence,
play.
bit of match fitness, yeah. I mean, we've already spoke about McLaren's fitness finishing to death here, but the only other chance I had was that McLaren's 1-on-1 from a Scott Allen through ball. That was just to comment on how awesome the through ball was for Scott Allen.
He loves a wee reverse pass.
Aye.
Like he opens up his body as if he's going to play it out right, and then completely switches it in the left, and that gets like fans like on their feet, or like gets you on the edge of your seat, because I didn't see it coming when he was doing it, because I'm not used to us having that creative spark in the middle of the park.
Aye.
So it was refreshing to see.
So we put a poll up to see who agreed with us.
A poll?
We did, yeah.
Odd. No like you.
In the car back, we were discussing who was our man in the match. Dave said Scott Allen. I said Dylan McGeoch, who got voted for man in the match by the official club sponsors. And Stephen went for Ambrose. So it was just to run through why you felt each player deserved man of the match.
Well, can we just say that the fans agreed with Dave?
They did, yes.
The people agreed
Aye.
with Dave.
So you do know about the poll.
I didn't know about the poll, obviously. I voted. I agreed with Dave. I just, obviously, first game back at Easter Road, there could have been a bit of pressure on him.
Great reception he got.
Great reception. I was just about to say something about the reception, but I was like, well, aye. No, I got a good reception. There wasn't any negativity at all towards him, which was good. And his performance was just class, to be honest with you. Exciting. Every time he got the ball, I was like, what is going to happen here?
Mm-hmm.
Which felt good. It wasn't just like McGinn doing everything or McGeoch. It was like, what we're going to do here when we're going forward. We had options.
Stephen, why did you choose Effie?
See, I didn't think that FA would end up getting the man of the match just purely based on the fact that our midfield was class. Like the whole game was run about in midfield, but the thing was, like, when the players were coming, like when Aberdeen were coming to us, they never got into the 18-yard box maybe more than 2 or 3 times in the whole game. And the fact was, Ambrose was making the runs again. He just seems to pick up his game against Aberdeen, Celtic, Rangers, Hearts, and like it's class to see him actually running with the ball. Like there was a couple of times where even Dave was shouting for him to shoot in that as well, because he actually ran right up the middle of the pitch once, and like got to about 25 yards, and we were just waiting for him to hit it. But nah, he's exciting when he plays like that, and it just never looked like Aberdeen were going to score.
He did. To be fair, Ambrose was really good.
Aye, very composed.
Very good.
So I think after he had, let's face it, there's no two words about it, he had an absolute mare up at Pittodrie.
No.
And I think...
But Neil Lennon said that's because he was wanting the ball. Like he wasn't like shying away or being scared, but we were getting well beaten and he still wanted the ball.
Aye.
So he's there to make mistakes. It's probably why he makes as many mistakes, because he doesn't shy away. But I prefer that. Like, he can make a mistake 1 in every 10 games if he wants, but then if he's turning in decent performances and like he's gaining the defence a break and the midfield a break when he does his wee runs forward, just chit him in, ain't he?
I still think he's just too good for us. I genuinely think that he should be at a bigger club than Hibs, and we are lucky to have him, because even though he does get picked up on his mistakes and he has a wee bit of a bomb scare at times, it's just the way that he plays football. Like he plays a lot higher line than the rest of the defence. He pushes up the park and he tries to link with Boyle, and I think that the way he plays, like that's why he maybe makes so many back passes and stuff as well when he gets up to halfway line, because half the team are still behind him. So I mean, he does have his negatives, but he's got a lot more positives, and I think we're still lucky to have him.
And finally, I'd went for Dylan McGeoch. I mean, we spoke quite a bit about Dylan McGeoch, so we're not going into great depth. But I thought he was just, with Bartley not playing, he kind of played the ball-winning midfielder role, as well as playing a deep line playmaker, linked up well with Allen, with McGinn, covered at right back when Bartley went bombing forward. He was just coolness personified throughout the game. Just such a classy performance from McGeoch. One of the best in a while, and that's saying a lot because he's had some tremendous performances this season.
The three of them were drawing a lot more fouls than we'd normally get.
Yeah.
Because of how creative and that we've been, and honestly Aberdeen just didn't know what was going to happen, so they kept, obviously as soon as Scott Allen started to peel away, they were like, we can't leave him to do what he wants here, like we're going to bring him down. So 3 players got booked within about the space of 5-10 minutes just for fouls and Scott Allen alone.
I'm sure I turned to you like in the second half and it was like, I said Scott Allen's been fouled 6 times and 5 of them have been booked.
No, there was a lot of bookings happening. No, it's because of how threatening they were. They're like, we've got to bring him down, but that only happens if you've got like creative players in your team. Otherwise, Aberdeen maybe could have left them for a second or two and then gave them time to get back in, but they literally couldn't afford to because they're that. Well, Scott Allen is that good.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back to talk about the Kilmarnock game and finish up with your guys' questions.
Just the way you like it.
So next up for Hibs is Kilmarnock. They've been on a great run of form recently. Sports scene? Sports scene. Done a thing about the last 10 games and they were actually sitting top of the league with 23 points out of 30. And Celtic were sitting second, so they've only lost away to Aberdeen out of the last 11 games. Clearly headed for the top 6. What's your thoughts on this game at the weekend?
Top 5 for them. They'll overtake Hearts, but they're not going to beat us.
Right.
That'll be quite a difficult game to be fair.
Yeah.
It's no one that I'm buzzing about. Obviously we're playing quite well too, but you kind of go into it being like, oh, this is probably a straightforward 3 points. But if we're going to want to finish like ahead of
second,
if we're going to want to catch Aberdeen or Rangers or both, it is a game we need to win. So
Stephen, you mentioned there that they should be aiming for 5th rather than aiming for getting into the top 6.
They should be aiming higher than 5th, but they're not going to get higher than 5th.
They're currently 3 points clear of Motherwell with 2 games in hand. And they're only 3 points behind Hearts with 2 games in hand on Hearts. So can they finish 5th?
I honestly think that they will struggle because it can't go on forever, because at the end of the day they've got fat Chris Boyd up front, so it can't keep getting this fortunate. But he has a good manager, so he keeps finding ways to win. Like
they
came
signed
back
that
in
new
10
boy
men.
though, did they not? They signed that new Shibeli or something, is it? Shibeli? I don't know. Did they not sign a new boy up front?
They might have done, don't know.
I'm sure that they signed one on.
Should have done my
Deadline Day.
research beforehand.
They should have. But no, I think that they're there to compete now. Like Steve Clark's he's a winner really. Like he likes to compete and in the Premier League. I mean, there was a reason why we were going after him. There's a reason why a lot of clubs in Scotland have went after him over recent years. But I don't know what it is about Kilmarnock now. Like
Probably Malumbu, to be fair.
no,
Aye.
that's it. It's like there's people that actually like ex-Premier League players, English Premier League players, actually want to go to Kilmarnock now because of Steve Clark. Like, I mean, I don't think it's got to be easy for us on Saturday, but I think that in our form now as well, like we've just beat Aberdeen, like who we've struggled against like all season, and I think that we will get a win against Kilmarnock away. Might be a bit ambitious, but I think that we're going to win.
Both teams have got a feel good factor about it, so
One's got 10.
one's got to to lose it. So
Do we play Bartley for that kind of physical fight up against Malumbu, or do we stick with the midfield three?
I would stick with the midfield three because it's like dead creative, and just play our way around him. If he wants to foul us, he can foul us. Like hopefully that the creative three, like they did at the weekend, would invite challenges, and as long as we didn't pick up injuries and that, I'd just play the three. I don't think we should try and change up for what we've just done with Aberdeen. I would play the exact same 11.
So we've just sort of previewed the Kilmarnock game there. Previewing our last 6 games before the split, I put this out as a poll, so I just want to get your guys' opinion as well. I put this up. Remaining 6 fixtures before the split, how many points can Hibs pick up? We've got Kilmarnock away, Hamilton at home, Hearts at home, St Johnstone away, Partick Thistle at home, and Ross County away. Can we get 18 points, 15 to 16 points, because it's impossible to get 17, 10 to 14 points, 9 or less?
I'm not making a prediction because I made a prediction for the first 5 games of the season, and the middle 3 at Christmas there against Celtic, Rangers and Hearts, and it went to shit, so I'm not going to make any predictions, but I think that we'll get 15 minimum.
Right.
I'll probably go. They're all winnable games. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We've not performed well against Hamilton this season. We've not beat them. Like they've beat us and we've drew. But they're not a very good football team. I watched them against Rangers. So I expect 3 points there. I expect us
Weak defensively.
Yeah, I expect us to beat St Johnstone, Partick Thistle. So I'd probably go about 14. So I'd fall in the 10 to 14 bracket. Because I think we might drop. I think we'll beat Hearts though. I'll go 14. That's like pessimistic.
So that would be 3 wins, 2 draws and a loss.
Aye, if that's how you work it out.
Aye.
Because we're playing well now.
No.
We'll maybe get seen as a scalp.
4 wins and 2 draws, sorry. No losses. Unbeaten in our last 6, it would be 4 wins and 2 draws.
Aye, because I think we'll get seen as a scalp. Because we're playing well, you might get teams been standing up against us, been right, we need to nullify this. And obviously when teams do sit, we do struggle to break teams down. That might change now, but we've yet to see that because we've played the last 2 games with Scott Allen. We've played against teams that come at you, like Aberdeen came at us, Rangers come at you. They didn't just sit in and just are happy with a draw. So I'll be interesting to see what happens when we do face that.
Kilmarnock will sit back.
They probably will sit back and try and hit us in the break, but the way they're playing now, they might have a bit of confidence that Jordan Jones is not going to sit back. He'll be running at us.
But that's a thing though, in midfield, have they really got players that will run at us all the time? Fair enough, you've got Jordan Jones, but I mean, they've not got a striker who's got to run onto balls or that.
No.
Have they got Greg Kilty on the other side, or is that?
I think he's if he's back for injury, he's no long back for injury.
Alright. I just know he's quite good on FIFA.
He's why are you going Kilmarnock on FIFA?
No, I'll buy him.
You buy him?
Perhaps.
He's a good player though. I think there was talk of him coming to Hibs in the summer as well. We were linked to him, but he is just back for injury. If not, he's still injured. And outside Jordan Jones, I don't really think they've got much pace.
I think they've that horrible shitey plastic pitch too, to their advantage. They play in that all the time.
Yeah.
They beat Rangers and Celtic on it.
That's true.
No, I mean it's just that as a case of hopefully we'll win.
What was your score at Kilmarnock last time? Did we not win?
3-0.
3-0.
Aye.
No,
We won 3-0.
Boyle had an absolute masterclass.
Wednesday night game.
It was flattered us though 3-0 because they hit the woodwork.
That's right. They hit
3 times.
they hit the bar twice. And
was it no Steve Clark's second game in charge or something?
Aye.
I think he's transformed the team quite a bit since then. Okay, so going to finish up with a quick fire round of questions from you guys. So starting with some Instagram questions. we have. Whereabouts do you think we'll finish this season? And that was from We Are Hibs.
Stephen can go first.
Second.
Dave?
I'm a wee bit more optimistic now,
Mhm.
but I still want to finish fourth.
I'll go fourth. I want to finish. I want to say third.
Aye, there's a wee bit of belief.
I like the sound of third,
and
but
I believe that Stephen might be a wee bit more right than I did a couple of weeks ago, and I hope he is right. But I still think fourth.
yeah.
The thing is, though, like the two results of the weekend, they've brought us right back into it.
I know.
Like, I mean,
I hope you're right. I'm just being honest.
Do you think McGinn will go?
yes.
Yes.
How much do you think it would be to get Scott Allen permanently?
Pennies.
Not by that much, to be honest.
A year left in his contract.
Year left. It depends if
Celtic do this all the time.
with the money that Celtic are bringing in, I don't think they'll. I think they'll just want him off the books,
Off
to
the
be honest. Probably not that much. If it's a couple $100,000, pay it. Like,
If it's 500 grand, pay it.
we then
But sign him on a 4-year deal. Like, didn't do what we done last time and leave him
Aye.
an option to leave. Like, sign him up and make sure he's got to stay.
we need him and McGeoch, and then
Build for the
it's like if we keep McGinn good,
bonus.
but I think McGinn probably he needs to go soon if he wants his big move. We need to cash in on him soon. I'd love him to stay another year, but is it us just being greedy? Like, are we holding him back?
I never thought we'd get 3 years out of him.
No. So I fully expect McGinn to go in the summer, and to be fair, if he goes, he goes. Like, fair play to him. Wouldn't begrudge him at all. And
Unless he
then,
goes to Rangers 6
keep
months
it in.
later.
Aye, then he won't exist anymore.
Okay, so Murdo the Teddy was asking for the questions today. So Exuberant Petrie has came back with, afternoon Murdo, what are your views on overseas exuberance? Seems to Roddy P that an exuberance that occurreth on these shores gets a lot more negative press, even without malice. Where are we going wrong in this nation? Basically, I think he's talking about pitch invasions and things like that. If they happen abroad, it's like, yay, pitch invasions. If they happen here, also Wigan last night, ourselves.
Man City fans were throwing billboards at the Palace. Like,
That's
come
right,
on.
Aye.
Like, our player tried to go for Aguero.
Spat on him.
Aye,
They were
apparently
saying
spat on him, aye.
spat on him, really.
That's what went wrong last night.
Mm.
If that happens every pitch invasion, obviously it's no good. Then obviously Rangers fans ruined theirs. Well, they never ruined it. I still had an absolute ball.
Saying that, Rangers have a pitch invasion every single week.
Ah, no.
They
I
do.
know.
Away to
Aye.
Partick Thistle and
That's big
stuff.
games though. Partick and Ross County, and
And they didn't get, negative press. So
they don't get any press. They can sing sectarian songs and just
Gets washed under
just-
the carpet.
exactly. You can hear it and sitting at the weekend. They go. I know this is a bit out of the blue, but I'm on one now. They score, they equalise against Hamilton, and then what are they singing about? Anyway, go, hurry up. Next question.
Home of Hibs has asked on Twitter, seriously though, Scott Allen to Hibs permanently next season, what do you think? Is he buying into what we're doing at Easter Road?
Needs to happen. He needs to just settle down as well. Like, can he really afford to think, oh right, I'm going to have a chance at Celtic here and then go and just let it stagnate again? He needs to get a solid run of games, and I think Hibs is the right fit for him.
For one of the majority, like, as soon as he signed, like, I was going just as ballistic as everybody else, says that he had the wrong attitude and everything, but over the last couple of weeks he's starting to show that he has matured a bit. Like, he celebrated against Rangers, and I think it was more for the cameras, that I think it was just to show, like, that the Hibs support can get behind him. But the way that he's been playing as well, it looks as though he's settled in the midfield at Hibs. He's definitely buying into what Lennon's selling, and whether when Lennon goes, will it change? Don't know. But I mean, what's he now? He's 26, 27 or something. He must
26, yeah.
26, aye. So he's starting to maybe come into his best years as well. I think that he's found a good place at Hibs now. And as long as he realises, like, what we've done for him by bringing him back, and it's exactly that. We've brought him back now, and I mean, if he goes and does what he done to us last time again, then he'll never be able to play in Scotland again.
Okay, next question is from Hibernian News/polls at Everything Hibs. This is again on Twitter. Should we now be aiming for second? Not will we finish second. Is that where we should be aiming, or should we just be aiming on fourth? And
We should be aiming for second.
yeah,
I'd be a bit disappointed if they weren't, if that wasn't the target. Obviously, everyone's saying we're shooting above ourselves. Me personally, fourth isn't really us shooting above ourselves. It's what I would expected minimum. I'm happy with it, but I want the players to go for second.
Stephen.
Yeah, exact same as Dave says right for the start of the season that we should be aiming for second. Like, I mean, we bit past Celtic now to even think about challenging for top, but second, it's definitely within our reach, and that's what we should be going for. And I think we've got players that believe that as well.
Back to some Instagram questions. We've got Jake Drysdale04 asking, do you think we can keep Barker at the end of the season?
Aye, I think we'll have an option to sign him, and I think we should take up on it because I think he gives us a threat.
How old is he? 20 or 21?
He is. No, he's young. I don't
20.
know. I don't know.
I
He's
think he's
that age.
20. Still playing for the under 21s at Man City. Like, he's still eligible for it, so I'd imagine it must be about that.
Nah,
I would sign him up. I think he's good enough.
And Stuart Chilton, 16. Is there a way we can get Bartley, Allen, McGeoch and McGinn all playing at the same time and still have enough up top?
If Alan just sits in behind and we play, I don't think we couldn't play with wingers
We'd have to drop Boyle and... are you going to drop Boyle?
unless you played Boyle wing back.
You need to go
Maybe
4-5-1.
You need to go Diamond.
Aye, Diamond. You could shoehorn them all in.
But then
It's just whether I would actually want to do that.
If you're playing a Diamond, then Boyle's right back.
Aye, I would definitely play Alan in the number 10, like between the striker and the midfield, because that's when everyone opens up.
I'd play him in the derby. I don't know how, but I'd play him in the derby. I think Bartley's, that's what he's perfect for.
Yeah.
And the last two questions we've got are from Snapchat. Jade on Snapchat has asked, who is the best player in the Hibs team?
Well, we said earlier on it was probably McGeoch.
McGeoch.
I'd say McGeoch, most consistent this season.
And the next question, what thoughts on the McGinn transfer rumours with £5 million to West Ham? Is £5 million enough? And that's from Kiwi on Snapchat.
More than enough. It would be more than enough.
5 million for John McGinn. Aye.
Considering we've got 4.4 for, although that was 10 years ago.
Aye, no, we need to take 5 million from McGinn. The Scottish game's a bit different for us 10 years ago. It's probably no.
That was
seen
back
as-
when Rangers and Celtic were both still competing in Europe, and we were getting 4 places minimum for
Aye. It's a different. You can't
all
really
changed.
compare the two transfers now. But I'd take 5 million for John McGinn. Get some doing and playing in England. Obviously, we all watch a bit of the English game. It'd be good to see him doing well down there. It'd be good for Scotland if he did well down there, and it means he wouldn't be playing up here against us. I'd like that.
I think that's going to be it for today's show then. Final thing to say is we have been having discussions about a potential phoning in the future, and that's something we might look to do either before the Hearts game or after the Hearts game. Don't know what you guys think.
Depends on the result, because I don't want folk phoning up moaning.
So next week's podcast will be reviewing Kilmarnock and then previewing Hamilton, and then we'll have previewing the Hearts game and reviewing the Hamilton game. So that might be the best opportunity to do it.
I
then.
was going to say I'd just commit to the Hearts game. Fuck it. Folk want to phone up and moan, they can phone up and moan. We're good to have our rant.
What, do it after the Hearts game?
Aye, well, either or, because then, you know what I mean, people can phone up, have a rant. If they didn't agree with us at the end of the day, like, we're just three folk wanting to do
folk
something.
no agreeing with us? Surely no.
We're just three folk, obviously, just an opinion, just something to do, hobby. But if other folk want, that's what we want, innit?
Get more voices from
More
our Hibs
voices,
fans.
aye. End of the day,
It's a fans podcast for the fans. By
yes,
the fans.
by the fans. Aye. So
Okay, so we'll do that after the Hearts game. Aye. So next week we'll be back to look back at the Kilmarnock game and look ahead to the Hamilton game. Thanks again for listening, folks. And thanks, Stephen.
Thank you.
And Dave.
Cheers.